allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll go to call for order. Roll call.
Okay, start off with Lori Nelson,
Here.
Sean Samsel.
Here.
Oh, he is online. Kelly Lee,
Here.
Charlene Robinson,
Here.
Douglas Kenyon,
Here.
Frank Santa Cruz,
Here.
Ed Verberg,
Here.
John Budlau,
Here.
Frank Fry,
Here.
Bill Schlesinger. We do have a quorum.
Thank you, Gilbert. Okay, we'll move on to item 3, approval of meeting summary for September 23rd. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, are there any other comments or anything? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Moving on to the vice chair election. So I will ask John Bernal.
No, we're saying vice chair, Madam Chair?
So we'll start with chair.
Chair.
Sorry. Here you go.
There. Madam Chair, thank you. I would like to nominate Frank Fry for chair of this committee.
I'd like to second that motion.
Are there any questions or comments regarding that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right, great. Frank will be our next chair, and I'll turn it over to Frank.
Thanks, Madam Chair. For Vice Chair, I'd like to make a nomination for Sean Samsel.
Okay, Sean, you're on. Do you have any questions or comments regarding that nomination?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Thanks, Frank, and apologies I couldn't be there today. I went out to my car and had a flat tire, so.
Okay,
I'll second that motion, Madam Chair.
thank you. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you to Frank and Sean for taking over next year. Okay, moving on to road repair. Michelle?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, my name is Michelle Montanino. I will be providing the pavement preservation and road repair program update for our meeting today. So far, our program has been running pretty well this year. We can start with our substantial completion list. Sorry, Westy. Okay. There are 3 projects that are currently in substantial completion. Those are our old Sonoyta Highway repaving project. We are just wrapping up some minor shouldering this week and should be complete by the end of this week. We also have the 2 ADA curb ramp projects, which were the Middle Metro and the Village of Vantana curb ramp projects. Those projects have now finished all of their punch list items and are in complete status. Moving on to our ongoing projects, we have 5 projects in paving in progress. We have our Green Valley ADA and paving project.
Hold on.
Thank you. We have our Green Valley Country Club milling and paving project that has the ADA curb ramp, so this is one of our combo projects. They are finishing up the final curb ramp work. The milling and paving is complete and are on week. This should be complete by the end of this week or early next week. that has Rito and Rudisill. This is another combination project that has the ADA curb ramps as well as the milling and paving. That final curb ramp work is finishing up in the next couple of weeks with the utility adjustments ongoing, and then all of this work shall be complete or should be complete by Christmas. We also have our Casas Adobes milling and paving project. Final paving was going on last week. They are now working on the utility adjustments, and this project is also expected to be complete before Christmas. We also have our first Foothills surface treatment project. All surface treatments are complete. The final utility adjustments are continuing on territory this week, and we are expecting substantial completion by early next week. And our final project that's continuing in construction is our Abra Valley surface treatment. This is another project where all of the surface treatments are complete and should be in substantial completion in the very near future, hopefully this week, but definitely before Christmas. We also had 4 different projects that were awarded since our last meeting. The first one is Supervisor La Cepedilla Estates Milling and Paving was awarded to Southern Board of Supervisors District 4. This project is awarded to Southern Arizona and are at that low bid of $2.2 million, $2.4 million. Project includes, we came in right at 5 miles of local roads and about 1 mile of arterial collector. We are anticipating this project to start in late February, and the project completion date is the end of March. Our next project,
Screen too, and
Yep.
I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
Going on with this, and just pop ups on my screen too, and I can get rid of it.
the next project is the Club Crest Estates in Catalina Madre Mill and Pave project. This one is also in Board of Supervisors District 4. And includes, it was awarded to ISX Construction. Our engineer's estimate was 1.05 to 1.25 million, and our low bid came in at 1.09, so right at, again, at the lower end of our engineer's estimate. This one is all local roads. It's 2.8 miles of milling and paving. This one is anticipated to start in early January with a completion date of the end of February. Our next project is the Three Rivers Surface Treatment Project. This one was awarded to Sunland Construction. It is in Board of Supervisors Districts 1, 3, and 5, so it's a little bit spread out. It had an engineer's estimate of 1.9 to 2.15, and our low bid came in at the high end of our engineer's estimate at 2.12. This project contains 5.19 miles of local roads and 5.8 miles of arterial collector. They are anticipating to start this project early January, maybe even late December, and it has a project completion date of the middle of June. So, and then we also had one more surface treatment project that was advertised, which is our Vale and Green Valley surface treatments that was awarded to Southern Arizona Paving. This one is in Board of Supervisors Districts 2 and 4. It has an engineered estimate of 2.25 to 2.45, and we came in at the low end of that engineer's estimate at the 2.25 mark. This one has almost 5 miles of local road and 12 miles of arterial collector. We are anticipating a start date of late January, February for this work, with a completion date in middle of June. We also have 2 projects that are currently out for advertisement. The first one is our Camino de Tierra Arroyos Mill and Pave project. We are estimating this one to be between $800,000 and $900,000. Our bid opening is next Wednesday, and it includes 1 mile of local roads and 1.8 miles of arterial collector. This one is in Board of Supervisors District 3, and work will be complete by the end of April. And then our final project that we have to talk details about, if I can get the slide to advance, is our Drexel Heights. Would you mind? It's not responding to me. It should be 15. Thank you. is our Drexel Heights project. It's a surface treatment project in Board of Supervisors Districts 2, 3, and 5. This one has an engineer's estimate of 1.45 to 1.75 million, opening on Friday, 8 miles this week. And it has a mile of arterial collectors. And again, this one could start as early as January 1, but we'll have a completion date of mid-June. Next slide. Where we stand overall, if you want to go to the next slide. Yeah, okay, too far.
It's a little sensitive.
Where we're standing this far, from a completion project perspective, we have 3 projects totaling $3 million in our completed category, 5 projects totaling that $6.5 million in the construction category, with several wrapping up before Christmas. We also have 4 projects, about $7.7 million, which have been awarded, that started yet. 2 projects that are out for bid, which is that $2.5 million. And then the remaining $4.7 million is our 4 remaining milling and paving projects will be advertised early in 2026. And going on, as always, oops. Sorry, I'll let you do it. Our map is kept up to date with all of our updated project information. The map can be filtered by fiscal year or project status. And if you click on an individual road, it will provide you with the fiscal year, the project name, the treatment type of the that's being applied to that road, contract start and end dates, as well as the contractor, if a contractor has been selected for that project. And then at the end of last fiscal year, at the end of every fiscal year, we typically do a recap of the fiscal year 20 and prior fiscal year program. And we did not do that this year, and so we were going to catch back up and regroup and go back over where we stood at the end of fiscal year 25. So as a recap, at the end of that program year, we had completed 45.1 miles of road repair. We preserved 142 miles of roadway and completed and updated 179 curb ramps. That includes project savings spending that allowed us to do an extra 7.83 million miles of extra paving and 8.5 miles of extra surface treatment, which equates to about $3 million of extra work that we were able to add to that program. Still finishing the projects just below and slightly under, right at our fiscal year budget. As far as our guiding principles go, our guiding principles state that we would like to have 5% or less in the very poor category and 50% or more in the very good category. And at the end of fiscal year 25, we had 1% of the network in the very poor category and 69% in very good. So we are looking very well in consideration of those guiding principles. And then we have had the van doing our PCI, doing all new up now. We have had all of our local around all new updated arterial information for captured by the RTA PAG. Our arterial collector roads, we're collecting those captured by the RTA PAG and into our system as well. But the PCI van that has been driving around will be available at the conclusion of this meeting up in the courtyard. So if anybody would like to join us for a brief demo of what that van entails and the different, with that information will collect, it will be available. So with that, I will conclude the presentation.
Go ahead.
I don't have.
I was actually going to ask a question maybe of Catherine for her RTA discussion. Is the RTA asking us at all about our needs in this area of pavement preservation, since they have an item on the RTA program that's intended for that?
As of yet, we haven't had a big conversation about that. However, PAG has contracted with the same vendor we use for all of the road collection data. They focus, of course, on the highway system, so collectors, arterials, and so they do have the data for that part of the network for the entire region already in hand.
Thank you.
Are there any other? Frank?
Michelle, if I could just ask, for this fiscal year so far, how are the unit costs trending compared to last year? Have you
So,
looked at that?
the beginning of the year, we were trending on the low end of our engineer's estimate. As we've gotten farther in the year, the surface treatment costs have crept up a little bit. Most of that work has been billed out, or has been awarded and bid out, with the remaining project out for bid right now. But so far, it's been going pretty well. We aren't to that level of comfort yet where we can reselect whole new projects, but we have been able to strategically add some smaller work that was in the same area as other projects into the existing projects to take advantage of being in the area and cost of savings.
Okay, so no significant increases?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, does anyone have any other questions for Michelle? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to RTA next, Director Skinner.
Catherine Skinner, Transportation for Pima County, with our regular RTA Next update. So last time reported, so now approved the plan. And so now we're doing a lot of the housekeeping behind the scenes to get the program ready should it pass in the spring. That initially included developing the RTA administrative code. In order to tackle that really Herculean effort, there was a subcommittee of the Technical Management Committee that met every week for about 2.5, 3 months and systematically went through the entire document. So the administrative code, for those that aren't familiar with it, in fact, a more different category description. So whereas Project has about a 2-line description of what the project is, this has a half a page. So it gives a little bit more depth as to what to expect from these projects. Additionally, it goes into details in terms of what are eligible for reimbursement, all to expect from the right-of-way phase, from utility reimbursements, all of the nuts and bolts of delivering a large program. And the last thing is, a big goal, of course, for the whole region is to learn from the last 20 years of RTA 1. So as we were going through it, if sections needed to be added to provide more clarity so that we have more success in delivering RTA Next, we took every opportunity for that. So there was a lot of great discussion, as I said, weekly meetings, and they were very in-depth, line by line by line. At the most recent board meeting, the RTA board has approved that document at this point, so the administrative code is in place. If anybody's interested, you can, of course, go to their website. To point this, other item has been happening, and I don't know where I'm supposed to point this. So, election details next year. The election, of course, is scheduled for March 10th next year. It's going to be an all mail-in election. So about a month prior, anybody that's a registered voter will be getting a ballot in the mail. As was the case the last time the RTA went forth and is required now by statute, there's 2 different proposition numbers you're going to see, Prop 418 and Prop 419. So one is the plan and one is the funding, and they both have to pass in order for there to be a successful RTA Next. This is a very simplified form. Of course, there's plenty more information online if folks aren't registered or they want more information. Gilbert, will you go to the next slide? Thanks. And then I also wanted to provide some resources. So for anybody that has worked for a governmental entity, you know that our job is to educate and make you aware of things that are going forth, but in no way are we advocating one way or another for these programs. And there's a limit how much we will go out and declare outreach the program. So if any of you are involved in neighborhood associations, Rotary Club, other, associations, and you would like a presentation specifically for your group, please reach out to the RTA directly. They have a website that I've listed here. That provides to set up a website, which is the first bullet here, and that provides the election info because the elections department is conducted by Pima County. We have the recorder's office, we have the election happen, and so we So this is just a few additional, making this election happen in March. So this is just a few additional resources, and that really concludes the activities that have happened since our last meeting of this committee. Are there any questions, or Mr. Bernal, if you have anything to add?
Anyone have any questions?
Madam Chair, I do have a question.
Okay.
I can't get the push, so I can't get the red light, so I'll just speak up. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Frank. I'm wondering, during the preparation, as you got public input, and now, is there any poll information or any insight in terms of where the public's coming from related to this initiative?
I'm not involved in that part of the initiative to know the polling that has gone on. I know that there is an independent committee and advocacy structure that's been set up. I don't know the details of what collected or not collected. I think they're calling themselves, information is on Connect Pima, but I know the details of what polling that has been conducted is online. I don't know the details of what polling may have been conducted.
Do you think you could, since we'll be meeting before March, do you think you might be able to share that sort of information with us?
If there's publicly available polling information, I'd be happy to provide it.
Okay, does anyone else have questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Skinner. Regarding on to item 7, are there any discussions regarding supervisor meetings from between the last meeting and now?
Madam Chair, if I may, there's been no additional activity. And my observation would be we've been overcome by events. We need to wait for RTA
Yes.
to happen one way or the other. If it doesn't happen, then I think we step back.
Yes.
We've already touched all the bases we need, so I think maybe we want to circle back and any results of that or not. So I think we should just put that on hold for a while.
So for the last meeting, we will take this, the next meeting in February, we'll take this off the agenda. And then after March,
Then you follow that.
we can put it back on. Yeah. Okay, moving on to call to the audience. Gilbert?
Yes, hi. We have a gentleman, Robert Graham. Would you like to come up to the podium?
Okay.
And you'll have 3 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm partly deaf myself, so sometimes I have to speak up. The reason I'm here today is that I am the president of the Fast Horse Ranch subdivision. This is a subdivision that is situated on Success Drive between Colossal Cave Road, and it extends eastward for about a little over 2 miles. And an easy journey. We have that born word, scheduling to put 265 more single-family homes in our area. And if anybody's been out there, if you've ever driven down Success Road, I would be happy to hear how you think they can put about another 500 cars on that road, a 2-lane, every night to get traffic time onto Colossal Cave, and then not be able, it's just out because Cave Road. We look at traffic, we've had us for accident. You know, we on this road, it has several curves. It's not just already straight road. It has curves in it. They plan to stuff people in there. It was proposed, why don't they put in an east end crossing on the tracks to alleviate some of that? And it was said, nope, county won't pay for it. Railroad won't pay. Now, and the development quandary isn't, because we already have congested traffic with 114 homes, and then we're going to extend that another 265. Also, going down that roadway, we've asked how about either a bicycle path or a walk path, because we have school children that go down to Vale Middle School, and they're not eligible for bus transportation. So they have to either walk down the edge of the roadway, which is very dangerous, or ride their bicycle in the same place, and that's even more dangerous. Again, we can't get any push on how can we get some help or how can we, solve some of these problems? I've tried to get in to see my advisor for over a year. It is taking over, and this property that they're taking over used to be strictly commercial, residential. So we don't know how that happened, because we were never privy to any of the meetings that initially were held. In fact, I believe that then has a requirement that a developer, their dwelling be with, it has 20 feet, required to send out a notice of the meeting. Well, none of our homes bear Success Drive this addresses. That was the way the county had zoned this development to be at the very get-go over 25 years ago. So right now, we're feeling pretty left out of this process, and we can't understand how they're going to run all the traffic down west on Success Drive, where now we have one turn lane and one right turn lane to go up Colossal Cave Road. And we're about 2,500 feet between the tracks. And so the last I heard,
Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, you reached your time limit.
I'm sorry?
You reached your time limit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, at any rate, that plan that they have is just, it's ridiculous. And I'd like to speak to somebody about that. Thank you.
Thank you. We will be providing a response to you regarding your concerns. So the Pima County will provide a response to you regarding your concerns.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Hear what was said?
The chair is just letting you know that we'll provide you a response after the fact. At this meeting, we can't provide any responses or discussion as a part of the meeting, but you'll receive something in writing afterwards.
Okay, I appreciate that. It's just that we had to have some place to start. And we don't know where to go because we can't get any help from our legislative people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 9. Are there any future items for discussion for the February 24th meeting where Frank Fry will be the new chair? Let him have it. What other discussion would you like? Okay, well, before I end, I'd like to say thank you to the board and to the Pima County staff for your support on the CART and under Frank and Sean. Forward to continuing, hopefully, on the CART committee. So under Frank and Sean.
I think, Charlene, on behalf of the other committee members, we appreciate what you've done.
Thank
As
you.
your term as the chair, and you've led us in a good manner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the next meeting will be February 24th, 2026. And is there a motion to adjourn? Okay. Okay,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? Okay, that's it.